The injury bug has hit Team LeBron or the NBA, losing 4 All-Stars over the course of the month. All-Star January 26th, DeMarcus Cousins going up for a rebound, and his leg sort of buckled, and then he sort of sat on the floor. They had to foul Chris Paul in the sequence, get Cousins off the floor. They later revealed it was an Achilles injury, and he would be out for the year. So, voted to the All-Star team. He was obviously replaced by Paul George. And it was a huge injury. I think the Pelicans, their playoff hopes, they're still in the playoff spot or as of today. But me personally, I don't think they will make the playoffs. I think that 8 or 9 seed will go to somebody else. I mean, that 7 or 8 seed, will either go to the Clippers or the Jazz. I think the Pelicans are good, but I do not think they're good enough to make the playoffs without Cousins. I think Cousins is a huge loss. They were a contender. They looked very, very dangerous. They were playing really, really well. I felt like Davis and Cousins were meshing really, really well. It's a huge injury for the Pelicans. I feel really, really bad for them. It's obviously, you look at the dynamic of how it works. The two, one and only, and Alvin Gentry was putting in a good system, and they were obviously doing really, really well, excelling, playing well together. And this is very unfortunate for them. They're obviously still, like I said, I think they're in the 7 or 8 right now in the West. But I don't see them coming out of the tough West, even tough West as a 7 or 8 seed. I think they're gonna fall to like a 9 or 10. I think this is gonna be huge for DeMarcus Cousins' free agency. I think this might force him to stay in New Orleans to build on what they had. And in the playoffs, you can't leave a team that you didn't finish accomplishing anything with. So, obviously, this is a huge loss for the Pelicans. Bad, very, very bad. The other major injuries, Kevin Love versus the Detroit Pistons. They was playing Anthony Tolliver, just pushed his hand. They're competitive, going for a pass. Anthony Tolliver sort of touched his hand, not touched it, but slapped his hand, and he sort of felt it, and he knew he was injured. Ran to the locker room. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. He'll only be back for the last 2 weeks of the regular season, especially with the Cavs now. He was replaced by Goran Dragic, in the All-Star game. It happened January 30th against the Pistons. But now, Cavs already shaking up the team. Now you got Kevin Love coming back 2 weeks before the season ends. So obviously this is going to affect some chemistry. I think Kevin Love was the only player who was playing decent. So I think this is going to hurt the Cavs in terms of record-wise, winning games. I think Kevin Love, he's a good second option. He's a great player, especially with all these trades now. He would be the second option. He wouldn't have to defer. But I honestly just think that this is a terrible injury for the Cavs. Because now you don't win some of those games that you win with Love. And obviously they weren't winning many games. But still, with Love, you lose the games. So it sucks for them, obviously sucks for Love. I like Kevin Love. He's a great player. He was an all-star as well, and he was just I just think him himself was just, even though he gave up some of his game, he was still able to integrate his game well into the Cavaliers. Obviously, he had that huge stop on Steph Curry in the finals. I think he is a huge part of this team. I think Kevin Love is the glue of this team. I think he plays at a very high level, hitting threes, I think the best part about him is he gets rebounds. Not many big men are that traditional, go out and get rebounds, especially with Kevin Love's size. You wouldn't think he would get rebounds, but he can go down low. He can scrap against those guys like Zaza. He can scrap against Porzingis. He can get rebounds. And I think that's the best quality about him, scrapper. I think they're going to miss Kevin Love's effort on the offensive end. Obviously he's not great on defense, but they're obviously going to miss him out 6 to 8 weeks. John Wall went to a doctor, and he had a little minor knee procedure done, and he was out 6 to 8 weeks. He's obviously been injured already with the shoulder, for a couple of weeks this year. So obviously, for a week or two this year, or a couple of weeks. But his replacement, the All-Star game, would be Andre Drummond, which, he was deserving, double-double machine. But John Wall, this is unfortunate for him. Obviously, they think the Wizards are better without him. The ball moves more, but I think the Wizards are crazy if they think that overall they're a better team. Obviously, a huge loss. John Wall is great. John Wall can get points. John Wall can pass. John Wall can't really shoot from outside. But John Wall can do a lot of other things in terms of helping your team, get better and improve. And I think the Wizards in the playoffs will need him more. Obviously, the regular season in the East, without John Wall, I don't think they're going to die. Obviously, they still got Beal and Oubre and Gortat, and they got good pieces around them. So obviously, they're not going to die. But this is huge. Minor knee procedure. Hopefully, this doesn't get him, be serious or get him out of the season. But it's obviously all these players getting injured. You hate to see the injury bug hit all these all-stars. Like it's just terrible. But John Wall's out. John Wall's out 6 to 8 weeks, and he'll be back probably around the same time Kevin Love's going to be back. But the other major one that just happened this week against the Milwaukee Bucks, that Giannis amazing dunk. Giannis had this amazing dunk in that game, but Kristaps Porzingis responded with a great dunk, but he banged knees, and then he landed kind of awkwardly. His leg kind of buckled as well. He was holding his knee on the floor, and they figured his all-star replacement is Kemba Walker, but he was holding his knee, and it was a broken ACL in his left knee, so he's out for the year. The Knicks, obviously, they were looking good, rebuilding, playing well. Jack was actually playing well, despite my prediction that I thought he'd be total crap. But they're playing well. They were getting stuff done, and then bam, Kristaps Porzingis ACL out. Bam, there goes the Knicks playoff chances. Bam, he landed very badly. Obviously, people around him thought that it would get better, but damn, the Knicks out of the playoff race now. That opens up a spot for probably the Pistons, and I think Porzingis is a great player. I will be eager. Sorry, to see all these players come back from this injury. But Porzingis, man, young guy. You can see young guy like at least DeMarcus Cousins, Kevin Love, John Wall, like established guys. But I hate when these young guys get injured, like Porzingis, because then it sort of stunts your growth, and then you have to come back from it, and you're not the same player again. I mean, obviously, it happened to Paul George, but Paul George was established as well. Like, he was already on Team USA, playing well, getting stuff done. Man, I just hate when the injury bug hits players. The injury bug sucks because all these guys are 4 All-Stars on Team LeBron, and they're all about to meet up. They're all about to play well. They're all about to compete, and they're all great players. And now the sport of basketball is losing 2 of them, and the other 2 won't be back till, playoff time. So, yeah, I hate injury bugs. Injuries are terrible, but it's just how the cookie crumbles in the NBA sometimes. 82 games, it'll wear you down. It'll take the life out of you. But I hope these guys recover well. I don't like when these injuries happen. So let's see how Porzingis and Cousins come back next year. I think this may sway Cousins to sign with the Pelicans of free agency. I know Porzingis is going to come hungrier next year. Love and Wall be back playoff time. I think Love will help the Cavs very, very well. I think Wall will be a solid addition to the already excelling Wizards team without him. I think most of these players will recover well. I think the ACL ones are the tough ones, the Achilles and the ACL, obviously, because those are more like in the body, more like body oriented, so they're more in there. Like shoulder, like hand, okay, you can repair a hand. Knee procedure, okay, like if you get your knee back together in 6 to 8 weeks, you'll come back. But Achilles and ACL are huge ones, and I'm really intrigued to see what's gonna happen. But yeah, like I said, 82 game season, it happens. So dang, I guess those millions of dollars will keep them happy at home. But dang, just tough stuff for them. And obviously, it's more of a mental thing. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what happens. With the injuries, with all these injuries recently.